at the beginning of 2020, I went through a really bad divorce.
And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Like I went through that, like, and it shook me. And so,
it shook your, I mean, I'm sure it was emotionally very tragic, but did it just shake your beliefs on what is real and what is not?
It shook everything. Like it literally felt like somebody put like a metal bowl over my head and just like, and I was just like vibrating, like, what is real? Like, what is fake? What is real? Because I was told, like, I was a virgin until I got married. And I know we're going to talk about it more in a little bit, but like I was literally a virgin until I got married, and I felt like he was my prize. Like, you know, like,
did you get married? You got married young.
I got married young, but like I said before, most of my peers from my high school
were already
on their like first or second kid. By the time I look like I'm out here loosey goosey.
How old were you when you got married?
I was 20,
and that was old.
So to me, it was deemed as old back then because I was already in my third year of college, about to be in my senior year. So it's like, you in your senior year of college, you ain't even engaged yet, you know? So like the fact that I got married, like right before I went into my senior year of college, was like, I felt kind of like, okay, well, this is cool timing. Like, I didn't let everybody pressure me to get married so young.
Yeah.
But now, of course, in hindsight, I'm like,
you're looking back, as like you were
baby.
Were so socialized into feeling like you were supposed to be married.
Yes. That I'm look back now and I'm like, my daughter was older than me. My daughter now is older than I was when I got married, and that blows my mind, right? And so, but yeah, like, so that shook me to the core, and I honestly was disappointed in the church. And not necessarily in the church I was in. I was disappointed in the Big C church. When I say the Big C church, I mean the Christian community at large. Like, there was very little accountability for him for what had happened.
Okay.
You know?
Did you share this news with the church? Like, how did the church get involved to where you were like disappointed?
I shared it with leadership.
Okay.
I shared it because I was on the pastoral staff.
Got it.
You know?
Like, so it was like a big change. It was like an announcement.
It was like, y'all, this is what's happening. And if you see me crying during worship and falling on my face, I'm not just falling on my face because I'm like deeply connected to God. I'm going through the time of my life and I'm literally bleeding right now. And I'm trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what I'm supposed to do with my life right now. And this is like, I'm like, God was moving so strong at this particular church that it was whenever I'm a part of something, I know this and I'm owning it. You know, every day I own it. Like, God does something through it, and he does something big through it. And so something big was happening at that church where it was like nonstop. We call it revival, but it was like,
ooh, revival. Child.
Yeah. So like, for those that don't know, revival ain't nothing but like it just keeps going. The days of like, I mean, you go home and you eat and stuff, but you come back because you want more, you know? So like the music was popping so much and God was moving so much. People were getting healed. It was anointed. It was great. And so it was happening. And then all of a sudden, like the pastor was like, 2020 is coming. And every pastor, because of my creative mind too, and my background in marketing and creative directing, like pastors are all the pastors are trying to be like 2020 vision, 2020 clarity. You know, everybody wanted like to do something with eyeballs because of 2020.
Oh, okay.
But didn't nobody see what was really coming, huh?
Right.
Jokes on us. But that was like the whole thing. And they were like, well, we want to do a revival around like 2020 clarity. And I was like, look, I was already feeling fuzzy in my life. And I was feeling like some things were cloudy. And I was feeling like I'm missing something. I didn't think it was in my marriage. I was just like in life, period. I was just like, I felt, because I told you, like, I was already feeling uncomfortable in church.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, where does my music align with this? It was just one of those moments of like, I'll be 40 soon. At this point, it was like, I'll be 40 soon. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And so the pastor came and was like, we want to do a whole worship revival for 2020. Clarity. I was like, I don't have no clarity.
You don't have no clarity. You didn't have nothing to really give.
I can't see. I can't lead y'all into no 2020 clarity, and I can't see nothing.
I'm glad that you were able to acknowledge that versus like put on the front.
I was like, I need to go on a fast. So I went old school. That's one of the things too that I appreciate about my upbringing. Is like, I understand like there are seasons of discipline that need to happen for me to get spiritual clarity with my father. Like I need to like do, and it's not in a religious way. It's like, nah, I just don't need to be on social media. I don't need to be eating certain things. I don't need to be watching TV. I just need to meditate and get with my father and get clarity with it. And so, yeah, like I did that, and all of a sudden that's when I found out a lot of stuff happened. And so I was disappointed in the church once I told them what had happened. They didn't hold him accountable. There was no system set up to really help me. And I know there are lots of churches out here that have counseling services and, you know, that can walk you through that.
And you would think that you're a part of their staff, that they would have helped.
It was nothing. And so I was disappointed in that. And then even with friends, because I have lots of friends in the Christian community, like a lot of my friends went radio silent. And I understood a little bit why, because it caught so many people off guard, because we were that cute couple that everybody like was just like, if they can make it, we can make it. But everybody went silent. And I guess they just assumed that I was okay. And I'm like, how could I be okay in my almost 20-year marriage is like falling apart. Like nobody said anything. And so everybody just went silent, because I think people were grieving, finding out like the word was getting out. And I think people
How they gonna grieve more than you?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like I won't say nobody. It was like a handful of people that did reach out. And those were the people that helped me hold on to the possibility of community in church. Because I'm like, was all this community a fraud? Like, what was it? You know, is it just the smoke and mirrors? Is it just is it just based off my talent? Like, what is it? Because when I need you right now, because I've helped so many people walk through so many different things that I was like expecting, like, all right, now's the time to cash in. I need help. You know, calling a friend, need somebody, but nobody really, people just really did not reach out much. And so I was disappointed.
Did you feel like it was because you were the woman? Because I know, like how you were saying, even growing up, women couldn't be pastors, women couldn't have certain roles. And even I hear so many stories of when, you know, divorces happen, they typically blame the woman.
Yeah, I don't think that the church blamed me per se. I feel like, now, I do feel like this. I feel like if I was the one that cheated, I would have gotten sat down quickly.
You got a red for Phil.
Oh, yeah. I would have. It would have been a whole different story. I believe that because I've seen it. But I have seen so many times men in the church that have affairs and that have position, and they're able to still maintain their position, where the woman is left to grieve and raise her kids in silence and like kind of just disappear. And you'd be like, where did she go? Like, because here's